We are going to start then with the worsening COVID-19 situation. In the span of just 24 hours, we've seen the number of new infections jump significantly here in South Korea.
We're expecting to see yet another record number of daily COVID-19 cases, this time near the 90,000 range. For more, our reporter Shin Ye-eun is in the studio with us. Good morning, Ye-eun.
Good morning.
So let's start with local infections today.
Right, Mongad. So we're expecting to see daily COVID-19 infections reach the 90,000 range. Up until 9 p.m. Tuesday, 85,114 cases were reported. This was up by roughly 30,000 from the same time a day ago. And authorities have forecast daily figures to continue to rise exponentially due to the spread of Omicron. They said by the end of this month, we could be seeing up to 170,000 infections per day. Also, with more and more of the senior population getting infected, authorities have raised concerns that we may see the number of critically ill patients and deaths increase as well. On Tuesday, the number of those with serious symptoms was 314, marking the second straight day of this figure being above 300. Currently, a little over 26% of ICU beds are occupied, which means that we aren't facing a medical capacity crisis just yet.
Well, hopefully it doesn't get too much worse in terms of critically ill patients and the number of people dying, of course. So is the government still expected to stick to its plan of easing social distancing guidelines earlier than had previously been expected?
As of now, yes. Prime Minister Kim Boo-kyum asked authorities to make a decision by this week. And the Director General of the Central Disaster Management Headquarters, Shin Ye-eun, on Tuesday said that authorities would announce their decision on Friday after hearing from experts. The current social distancing measures, which limit social gatherings to 6 people and force restaurants and cafes to close at 9 p.m., are set to last until February 20th. But following Friday's announcement, these measures are most likely to change by expanding the social gathering cap from 6 people to 8, also allowing restaurants and cafes to operate for 1 more hour till 10 p.m. Shin Ye-eun also added that vaccine passes will still be needed at most public facilities for now because they're an effective way of reducing the number of deaths and critically ill patients.
But yeah, authorities are reviewing measures to alleviate the burdens of the public, but we hear that small business owners are still not contented and they're not quite satisfied with what has been discussed.
That's right. That's why on Tuesday, hundreds of small business owners actually gathered to Gwanghwamun Plaza in central Seoul. This was to protest against social distancing measures, specifically the gathering cap and limits on operation hours. They said these restrictions caused major financial difficulties.
Because we can't serve at night, we're living off what we make during lunchtime. Customers leave before 7 p.m. due to social distancing measures. We're losing motivation and hope.
So on Tuesday, a total of 10 organizations made up of small business owners joined in the protest. Just 299 were at the Gwanghwamun Plaza complying with the restriction that limits the number of people allowed to gather for large-scale protests to just below 300. And this is as long as everyone is fully vaccinated, of course. The business owners asked authorities to lift restrictions on business operation hours and to expand the list of those that can receive the government's COVID-19 relief fund. They specifically asked that businesses with sales of more than 1 billion won, which is around $84,000, to also be compensated for their loss from the pandemic. And business owners said if the government does not lift the 9 p.m. curfew, they would bend the rules and operate 24 hours starting from next Monday.
Wow, so it would be interesting to see what the reaction of the government would be if that goes ahead. Perhaps they're taking a leaf out of what's happening in Canada and New Zealand and other countries right now in protest of all these restrictions that are still in place. Now, apart from easing social distancing measures, South Korea wants to supplement its strategy towards Omicron. Tell us more about that.
That's right. That's why from today, online sales of these test kits are banned completely, and people can only purchase a maximum of 5 kits at convenience stores and pharmacies. To make sure these places have enough stock, though, the Ministry of Food and Drug Safety said they would distribute enough kits for 6.7 million people. They'll be supplied to some 51,400 convenience stores nationwide. Authorities on Tuesday have also made it possible for those looking after at-home treatment patients to get their medication medication from any pharmacy. Previously, they had to go to designated COVID-19 pharmacies, and patients that need Paxlovid, though, still have to visit one of the 472 designated sites nationwide.
Right. Let's hope that could make it more convenient for all of us. Thank you so much for your report, Ye-eun.
Thank you so much.